Woo!
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Happy New Year. About 3 weeks late. I'm just posting it in the server.
Yeah, gotta post it.
Live.
Woo, this is awesome.
Today, Juna and me decided to wear hats because we're sad that we don't have access.
Yeah, we're part of the No Hats Club, but we have hats on.
And Andreas is bullying us because he's got access, but he's not.
I'm sorry.
Still not in the hat club. So I'm curious, first of all, where everyone's watching from. And then we'll get talking a bit about the recent changes or updates with merch. So we've got Noor from Pakistan.
Nice.
Hell yeah. And there should also be a phone version of this live stream now.
Yeah, if you're watching on your phone.
One of them should have a different layout, so it's easier to watch on your phone.
Yep.
We prefer that.
If you're out and about.
Nice. Two people
from Morocco.
Wow. Cool. I haven't had Moroccan food in so long. It's so good.
Bangladesh, cool. Algeria.
I hope everyone had a great Christmas time. Great New Year's.
Yes. Yeah.
I love Moroccans watching. There we go.
Yeah. Morocco.
West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Fritz from the Netherlands, Rotterdam. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I was just there.
New Jersey in the
A
house.
couple of months ago.
Bahamas. Wow. Bahamas got to be nice this time of year. It's always nice, I guess. But nice to visit this time of year when it's cold in most places.
So some of you
India
might be interested to know, over the holidays, Andreas turned into my personal, what do you call it? Food
advisor, maybe?
Food advisor, that's a better way.
Oh, I need a food advisor. What do you got?
Because I was in Sweden.
Oh, I see.
Andreas is Swedish, so I was like, what are the things I should try? And he gave us like a long list of what to get in the supermarket.
Yeah, I thought though that I might have like given you too long of a list to do, because when I just looked back at it, I was like, okay, it might have been a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. We didn't get through it all, but
yeah,
the stuff that we did try was pretty good.
That's awesome.
So yeah, if you need help with Swedish traditional food and candy and whatever, go to
yeah, give me a list.
And for like anyone who knows what like Kalles caviar is, or like Calais caviar, it's usually an acquired taste. It's basically like smoked. It's like tube of like smoked fish eggs that you eat.
Okay.
And I usually like it, but I hated it when I was a kid. But Philip and his whole family liked it.
Nice. Thumbs up.
Yeah, it was
Scandinavian and German nations, quite close culturally. I think that probably helps. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
It was awesome. Yeah, loved it. Andreas like send me videos of you reacting to it. So,
you guys gonna start a food channel next channel?
Yeah, maybe we should.
I'm there for it.
Oh, we've got a few people from England as well.
England, nice.
Morocco,
nice.
Nice. I just want to say thank you to all three of you, because I learned a lot of you, especially on merge trend designs, methods, and Etsy too. I appreciate all of you, and I hope someday we can meet.
Oh yeah,
hell yeah,
that'd be cool. I love meetups.
Yeah, in real life. That'd be cool.
Glad to hear you learned a lot from us. That's great. Thanks for watching the channels. So before we get into some questions, I can see there's already a question here. Obviously, the most recent news, we've got hats on Amazon merch. I think at this point, because so many products are launching, people are not really even reacting to it much anymore. But I feel like even a year ago, if you had told someone that we're getting hats and mugs within 3 months of each other, everyone would have been like, "What? How's this possible?" Obviously, it doesn't help that not everyone gets access, and they don't tell us why. But everyone will get access to it eventually. I think the mugs have shown that already. More people got access over Christmas.
I got mugs. Yeah, I got mugs.
Last live stream, we were still joking about you not having access.
I felt kind of bad, like watching like some of the replay of it, because it felt like you were the last to get the mugs. There's you.
Yeah.
And you got a sale as well, right?
Yeah, I got a few sales of mugs already, so it's working.
Nice.
I didn't get the Christmas rush because I got it after Christmas, but it is what it is. I'll get it. I'll probably get some Christmas rush this year, hopefully. So.
Yeah. So if you don't have access yet, like I don't have access to hats, for example, or water bottles, I'm sure it will come, and there will still be new products, even if you're like a few months behind. T-shirts have been around for like 9 years now. No, 10 years. It's been 10
Since
years.
the beginning. Yeah.
People are still making sales with T-shirts, with new T-shirts, right? So, I think it's all very good signs for the future. Who in the chat has access to hats? I'm curious.
Ooh, yeah, good.
I might do a poll actually.
Yeah, let's do a poll. My guess is what, 20%? You think have access? 25?
Maybe like 10%.
Oh, 10 even? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. There's one that has already. I do.
All right. I'll start the poll. Some people are saying, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Wow, good for you, man. Good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice, guys.
I love it when people are winning.
Andreas, you've not uploaded anything, have you, to hats yet?
No. So my head has been like insanely stressed out and insanely into a YouTube course that I'm taking, and
Nice.
it's so intense. So my head is right down in there.
It's hard to do 10 things at once. You gotta focus on 2 or 3.
Is that the one that I joined last year?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
good.
It's very time consuming.
Yeah, it's insanely time consuming, especially since you have to redo so much that you learned, and there's so many steps to it. And once you get the first step right, you have to like iterate to get better on it. So yeah, it's hectic, but in a good way. I do feel that there's a big growth period at the moment, which is why it's also quite painful.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Growth,
I can
pain
understand
is
why you're
growth.
not uploading hats. Yeah.
You need to go through pain to grow, for sure.
Yeah, growing pains without a doubt.
Growing pains, that's right.
Yeah, and the faster you grow, the more pain. I felt that with Etsy too. Like because the more pain you feel, usually the more growth, because you can't, but because you can't have the growth without the growing pains. So
absolutely, because you got to do something different. If you keep doing the same thing, you're not growing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And when you're learning new ways, it's so many new impressions in your head, and it just feels overwhelming. And you have to read everything, and everything takes so much longer to do. So yeah, it's a major pain, but hopefully I'm growing. Who knows? Time will tell.
I think so. I think you got this.
So far, 33% are saying they have hats.
Oh, third.
56% no.
Okay.
So there's a poll on my channel. I don't know if you can see it if you're watching at Junis, Andreas's. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I can't really see it.
It would be in the chat. It would show in the chat window.
Oh.
But
yeah, for my previous polls, it seems like less than half have access.
That
So
makes
with
sense.
Mugs, it was more even.
Okay.
But
We just got that. What has it been? 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks since. So
just
yeah,
a week, I think.
just a week. Yeah. So
1 to 2 weeks.
It's really early.
Yeah.
The good news is, someone in my community got a sale within 24 hours of uploading a hat design, which
nice.
is promising. And I think it'd be interesting to see what happens because the design is so different. Like the layout is really wide and thin.
Yeah.
Nice.
So unless you're doing that kind of badge thing like you've got on Juno.
Yeah,
like
this is actually a real badge. So this isn't an Amazon. This is I think it's Printify. But yeah, and it's, so right now it's just printed, right? It's not embroidered. Like yours is embroidered and mine's a badge or like a leather patch, but it's on Amazon, it's just printed for now, right?
Yeah.
Since you wear a lot of hats and you buy a lot of hats, would you stay away from that kind of design then? Because if it's just printed, some customers might be disappointed with it. What do you think?
I think it's a personal preference. I personally love embroidered ones like yours. I tried this badge one out. I actually want a bigger badge, like the but I think it's all personal preference. For a gift though, I think it makes a great gift no matter what, because the person who's buying it for someone else will probably doesn't care if it's embroidered or not, because they want to get the message across. But for me, that personally, I like embroidered ones or a badge, like not necessarily this one, but like you've seen it on like sports ones, right? Baseball ones where it's like a patch almost. So those are my personal preference, but I bet they bring that out eventually. But I think it's a good start to get the hats out there with something on it. I wouldn't want them to wait another year to bring in embroidery or whatever, so.
Yeah, definitely upload them. I'm just like curious.
Yeah.
If you make it look like a patch, might some people return it after because they're disappointed?
Because it's printed.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I feel with them though is like if you like enable your products on them, it just feels a bit awkward because of the placement and everything. Just because it's a hat, like it kind of works. Like I'm fiddling around with it now, but like I don't know, it still feels, unless it's embroidered, I guess it feels a bit weird.
Can you maybe with the safe design? Can you maybe do like a demo of just playing around with the settings? Because we've not seen it live. Anyone mess around with it?
Okay, how do you even do that in a live stream? Can you do that?
Yeah, you just share
screen. Yeah.
Share your screen.
Okay. Let me just get a safe design.
Get like a dummy design.
Don't share all your number one products.
Yeah, exactly.
But I always say design for the product if you can. Like it is simple to get your t-shirt design on a hat, but it would be better, I think, if you're designing specifically for a hat. It's a different dimension. There's different things people like to see on hats that are on t-shirts. You definitely have to scale it down, right? You can't put as many words on a hat as you can on a t-shirt, those kinds of things. So yeah, I'm excited to get hats because I would love to do some videos on like designing for hats. I think it's a different thing than like posters are more relatable to t-shirts, I think, than hats are to t-shirts. I think mugs probably can translate a little bit better, mugs and hats.
But haven't you guys felt that like when you put your designs on mugs, they get so like in the designer here on merch, it looks good, but once on the Amazon page, it looks so stretched out and so weird.
Sometimes it looks weird. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I feel with a lot of my designs, at least with text-based designs, that it's been like that.
I had to shrink it down a little bit. No, I'm using Snap, so I used the 100%. I had it at like 50 and then it looked too small. So I'm using the 100% on each side, and that seems to help a little bit, but I've seen some that have been stretched out.
Okay, let me just.
I'm not.
I recently
let
me see if I can find any designs.
Yeah, maybe if you can find examples, Andres.
But yeah, to your point, Juna, I think it's definitely right. Whilst hats are like high potential to sell a lot, the transition from a t-shirt design to a hat is very different than a t-shirt design to a coffee mug. Like the format almost works the same.
Yeah.
And if you take a typical t-shirt design, place it on one of these hats, I don't think it would do as well. I feel like
it would have
if
to
someone enabled their entire catalog of t-shirt designs on mugs, the likelihood that they'll sell is probably quite similar to t-shirts. If you enable the entire t-shirt design catalog on hats, I feel like it'd be quite a low percentage.
Yeah. And it's because of the the size is like, I can't really do it in mirror, but it's because it's long. It's a long rectangle, right, instead of a tall. So what happens is usually your t-shirts are tall rectangles, and then when you put that tall rectangle here, it just looks a lot smaller. Like, unless it's a circle or a square or something a little longer, it's gonna look better on a t-shirt. But most of the time, t-shirt designs are tall squares, which would make it just this little thing in the middle here that doesn't look right. So yeah, you have to adjust. If you have a square design or a long rectangle design, some of those t-shirts where it's just across the chest, those might work on a hat. But tall rectangle designs typically won't do well on hats, at least design wise, right? It doesn't look the best.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna use some stuff that I'm using for my next YouTube video, and I use that as the.
You've seen it here first, people. Preview of Andres.
Watching the live streams.
Yeah, this is the bonus.
Let me just see how to do this. I just have to take away the.
Oh, by the way, Philip, I didn't tell you before, but I can only stay till 10. I have a hard stop at 10. So. I mean, 1 hour. I don't know what time it is everywhere else, but I can only stay for an hour.
Yep, that's fine. No problem. I think definitely if you have access to hats and you have a lot of designs that are just some like tiny bit of text like this,
yes,
like short phrases that are quite narrow, get them enabled as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
I would, if you can, I would focus on things like Father's Day, Mother's Day. Those
kind of late for Valentine's, right? Already.
Yeah, no, I think it's too late.
Father's Day would be good because they love hats. Like, that's a great present. If you think of what people might buy for dads, they'd probably buy.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about this, like in terms of gifting culture.
Yeah.
What is it like with hats? Because here in the UK, I don't know what it's like in Sweden. Well,
so hats. As far as I know, Father's Day, men typically hats. More than women, I would imagine, but there are some, like, it's a different look, right, for women wearing hats and men. A lot of it's around sports. I know we can't do NFL, NHL, like the major sports, but you could do sports themed, like generic sports stuff, right? Cities, people love to represent their cities and states and things. So even if it's just a word done in a nice, like, athletic font, just one word across the thing, I think that could do really well. Don't try to get.
If it just said New York and it was a nice green font, that would be enough.
Absolutely, that would be enough. Use some New York colors, whatever that is, or put a little icon of New York in there to make it different than everybody else. But
or maybe like the retro colors, where it's like the word is broken down into different colors. Top, bottom.
Yeah, it's got to be super simple, and think long square instead of tall. I mean, long rectangle instead of tall. But that's another one, is cities and states, people love to wear hats to represent a thing that they're a fan of. And most of the time it's sports, where they're at, other countries. And then, of course, for Father's Day, they're going to be all around dad things, right? King of the Grill or whatever it is. And then summer, people love summer, so holidays and like vacation spots too, right? So I'm gonna go to the Bahamas. We saw Bahamas on there that could do really well on there. And then fan things, whatever you're a fan of. So if you're a fan of pirates, or you're a fan of anime, or you're a fan of those kinds of things, you can't put the official kinds of things in there, but people wear hats for that as well. So I think that's the culture around hats. Of course, branding, but like, if you can't really put branding on your own, you can make it for yourself. That'd be cool. But like, yours is a fan, right? Yours is a fan hat, right? That's what you're wearing it because it's Star Wars related.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars reference. That's it. That's the word.
Yeah.
We could all start selling Detour Shirts hats.
With the website right underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I am ready to screen share now.
Yes, please.
Hopefully I don't fuck anything up, but we'll see what happens.
Just don't share your number one seller.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, let's see how we do this. I have not done this in a live stream, so forgive me if I am slow, guys.
The pain. You got to go through pain.
Yeah. Here we go. Share screen.
This is exciting. Ooh.
Let's see here. Hopefully, I don't show anything I shouldn't show.
Oh, why did you call your channel Detour? It's a long story. I can tell that, but let's share the. I can share it
we'll
after.
talk about that after. Yeah, I'll
After,
add this
after.
to the stage, and we'll.
So this is basically the design. I just whipped something up for my
Okay.
YouTube video that's coming out.
Ooh, I do not think you're. Oh, and so is this a personal one?
This is a
Is that you?
personalized one. Yeah, it's a personalized
Wow.
one.
Okay.
But using the bootleg wrap tee thing
Mhm.
with something that doesn't have to be a bootleg wrap tee design.
Mhm,
You don't
mhm,
have to
mhm.
make bootleg wrap tees, but you can just draw implementations of it in other
Mhm.
things.
Cool, man.
Thank you. So
There's the hats. You
there
got
are the hats.
everything, man. You got the polo shirts and the zips and the.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I do feel bad since I'm such a small seller compared to you, so I do feel a little bit bad.
I don't
But
feel bad. I'm happy for you.
I'm fine with smaller sellers getting them. I think that's a good way for them to grow.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
don't
absolutely.
understand why. Like you don't even upload to Amazon. much.
yeah, I do really like. The last time I uploaded was like in April or May,
Yeah,
but
look.
I'm not sure what it is. It's probably because you probably have a lot more. Like I do notice that they auto upload a lot of my designs.
True. Auto
So it could-
uploading a big one would be tough. So
It would probably also be a bit more risky
Mhm.
if they have like if you have like 30,000 designs, whereas I have like 3,300. It's a different ballgame probably. So that's where my head went. That they can
Nice.
probably fiddle more with like my stuff compared to yours.
Yeah,
Can
this
I?
design kind of gets lost, doesn't it? On
Yeah, because it's like I said, unless it's a long rectangle.
Yeah, you see
And-
the issue. It's like everything else really works. This like these ones work too.
Yeah,
For
you got the snap going on here. I love it.
yeah, I love Snap. But I mean these worked really well. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with the water bottles. You just press here, and then you just
Water
go.
bottles. Wait a minute. That's new too, right?
Did you miss it?
No, I got tumblers, but I don't have water bottles.
They
Yeah.
came last month.
They came out around Christmas.
Man,
Yeah.
Don't worry, I don't have access either.
this is awesome.
But they work really well. They are probably sublimated too, so you can probably do whatever stuff you can't do with DTG with sublimation because it's so much easier to do stuff with that. But the issue with the caps is that like I don't really understand. I haven't sold many caps myself, so I'm like, but the placement, like if you want to do bulk uploads with like merge flow, like all of them would either look really really weird because
Mhm.
they can look like this, but they can also look.
Either one's not the greatest, huh?
Yeah, so I'm like I'm not sure how
You got to
to
keep it simple.
Yeah, probably just like you said, but really, it feels like just text or some kind of badge or something that's just really rectangular in its shape.
Long rectangle. Can you go through the colors? I want to see like the different colors, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Navy blue. Okay.
Red.
Red. Nice.
royal
Blue. Light blue. Gray.
slate,
White. Yes.
and dark green. This one
Dark
looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I love the color selection. Let's see the other one. Trucker hat.
Yeah.
Okay, black and white.
This is probably going to be the biggest seller. This or this.
Yeah. Khaki. Oh, interesting. Kelly and white. Light blue. Navy blue.
This one looks good too.
Pink. Interesting.
That's a cool thing.
Red. Oh, there's the
Tricolor.
the red, white, and blue. Yeah.
That's like
This is
yeah.
It's like the
Tricolor.
Stranger Things. The guy Dustin or something like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. I just directly thought of the American flag when I saw this.
It is. Yeah. Don't sleep on
Camo.
that hat for American flag stuff. Like 4th of July, I think. Even this too. Yeah.
Hunting themed stuff. For this.
Hunting
This one
theme
looks
too.
really rad, though.
So
This
there you
could
go
be-
with the theme.
like if you make something like Veterans Day shirts, sorry, Veterans Day caps in this case, could be really cool.
Yeah.
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 But it does feel like the sizes are way off, so it's gonna be hard to just use like merge flow to fix all this.
Yeah,
Like,
you
if
almost have to design specifically for a hat. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you have like the long long one. Some people make that the chest, the long rectangle chest designs would work, I think, on these.
Yeah, exactly. Just you kind of like what you said, just like long words or badges or something like that. Because this
I
feels a
think
bit awkward. It feels like a little dot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it gets lost. The text is so small
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you can't read it, what it says.
So
I think I will. I think I will start designing some stuff for hats just in preparation until I get
Yeah, because
access.
we do have access to that. We have the size. We have access to like the templates and the sizing of it. So yeah, we could
Yeah,
definitely start now. And then
uh,
once it comes in, you just boom.
and you can set all the AI generators to generate at like
That's
2 by 3.
true.
Like you can have the inverse ratio, right?
Yes, the
And
ratio.
do
Ooh, we
some
got to
stuff
figure
that
out
way.
what that ratio is because you could do aspect ratio, whatever, dot, dot, right?
Yeah, either
Semicolon.
that. If some of them you need to write it out.
Mhm.
Others like my designs, Kittle, you can probably select like it on a slider.
Ooh.
But
one
yeah, I
thing
think
though,
it'd be like a 1 by 3, 2 by 3, something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
one thing
Oh,
with these
that's really
caps though is like one thing that I really don't like is how they cap the royalties. Like the only thing that we can really get
yeah.
like $7 royalties with now or above.
Hoodies.
Uh, yeah, it's basically just apparel, but
Mhm.
not even all apparel. So that
Not
kind of
all.
bugs me because I mean this is 19.99 as a standard, and you get $3 royalties. If I put this up to 29, I barely get anything.
Yeah,
So it feels
I know. It's the new Amazon way where
yeah.
they don't increase it by $1 when you increase the price by $1, right? They increase it by cents, which is like, what?
Mm.
Yeah,
They're
I really
encouraging lower pricing, right? But
Encouraging lower pricing. That's
uh,
exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
but at the same
that also
time, they increase the tumbler prices, which also
Which is
works the
nice.
opposite.
Yeah.
but at the same time, like I feel like it squeezes our like we have to have a lower ACOS in order to play that game. So it
Mhm.
just also feels like it's a double-edged sword because that takes away from their revenue too. But I don't know.
Well, kind of, yeah, because we're keeping the cost low, so they're not getting the revenue. It also hurts, I feel, for advertising. So, like, I'm not gonna spend so much on something that's only gonna give me $2 a sale or $3 a
Yeah,
sale.
that was exactly what I mean because the
Yeah.
ACOS has to be lower, which means that we can't spend as much on acquiring the customer in our ads, which
Mhm.
basically means that if we can't bump this up to higher price, we have to always use lower bids and we can't really maximize the ads.
Mhm.
I mean, like I don't ever since they changed it on pop sockets, I just took away all my pop sockets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when
That's
they changed the
interesting.
royalties on that, I just took them all off because I just noticed that okay, if I can't spend like a couple dollars on like acquiring the customer, unless I make insane volume, it's just not worth it. Plus,
Mm,
when you experiment with stuff, because you have to test stuff, it also makes it hard to um, make this work, if that makes sense. Because I mean, you
yeah,
still have to get some royalties
yeah.
in my head, at least with the structure that I have. Because I'm really lazy with my ads. I just put them on, don't do much. But with that, I need to have at least to be able to get the ones that are carrying me and that are selling. They need to give me at least $6 or $7.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
see what your process is there. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I wish we had higher ticket items. I love that we're getting mugs and hats and stuff, but I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what the ticket item would be for it. Maybe I'd have to brainstorm
Yeah.
what people are selling on through Printify or something that gives them a. How are you? Oh, so you just did that design for Etsy, right? We don't have personalization on Amazon Merch on Demand right now, right?
No. But that
Okay.
is for sure. At least in my head, I've felt ever since we like started since I hopped on these lives last year, I've just felt that Amazon is putting in a lot of behind the scenes work to make this
Hmm.
happen. So I
Hmm.
do feel that personalization will come. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of how they're going to implement it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's definitely gonna come in some capacity, and I think that will be a
Yeah.
major game changer to how people perceive Etsy and how people perceive this kind of market overall, because I think it will become more of a standard that you have to use personalization within your designs in order to like make something really worth it, unless you have a really good design, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everything that sells on Amazon and Shopify eventually will come to, I mean, not Amazon, Etsy and Shopify eventually will come to Amazon. Things like embroidery and personalization and maybe group sales. Maybe there's going to be a way in the future where you can sell, mom and dad and kids shirt all at once or something like that. So,
Yeah, if it makes it easier for the customer, then that's what they're going to do for sure. We'll start going through some of the questions. Then thanks a lot for demoing that, Andreas.
Yeah.
No
did I
worries.
need to talk about how I came up with the name Detour?
Oh yeah, we can do that. We can start
Okay.
off with that one.
Sweet. So here's the story. This is how the story goes. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far not. A long time ago, I was working at the Yellow Pages. That's how long ago it was. And my friend, a coworker, and I started a design company, and we wanted to come up with a name that had both of our names in it, kind of like a nod, at least to us. So his first name was Rick. My last name's Duncan. And so it was D, and there's two of us. So D2R. And so we called our thing Detour. Eventually it was Detour, but we started with D2R and nobody got it. So people are, hey, D2R. I'm like, no, it's Detour. And so we changed it to Detour Design. In Detour Design, we were looking for an extra way to make money, and that's when we saw Cafe Press in 2005. So this happened in 2005. And we saw that I always loved designing T-shirts, and so I jumped on that. He found it, Rick found it, and but I jumped on it and I took to it like it was something that I really wanted to do. In fact, I didn't do as much website design as we originally were doing. He did most of that, and I did the T-shirt stuff, and it took off. Made a lot of sales in Cafe Press that first year. We called it Detour Design. Our company was called Detour Design, but we called the T-shirt side Detour Designables, and I didn't like that. So eventually, when I took over the T-shirt side, I called it Detour Shirts instead because it was easier. Because I did mostly T-shirts, so that's how Detour Shirts came, and so I just named the channel the same as the company.
Nice.
Detour Shirts. Yeah.
So you've had this name kind of for like 20 years.
Yeah, since 2005, 20 years. Yeah,
That's
It
awesome.
started with Detour Design, then Detour Designables, then Detour Shirts is the latest. I changed it in, oh gosh, when was it? 2017, 2015, around there. I changed it from Detour Designables to Detour Shirts. I wonder if Detour Designables is still up. I think it is. I never took it down.
It's a bit of a mouthful. Detour.
Yeah.
Detour Shirts definitely sounds the best.
Yeah. DetourDesignables.com. Let's see. Yeah, it's still up there. DetourDesignables.com is still up there. That's our Cafe Press shirt that a Cafe Press shop I never took down. So it's been up there since 2005 and got some old Detour shirt designs that you'll see on there. So yeah.
It says site not found for me.
Yeah, same here.
Really? Detour Design ABLES. I can put a link let me put a link.
Yeah. I think that's the link I'm on. It's not.
Come on, how can I only see it?
No, it says site not found for DreamHost.
Oh, let me share it here.
By the way,
Okay.
oh, there we go. How do you copy in this? I'll go to YouTube. By the way, anyone who's wanting to have their questions answered, I do save them, so you don't have to paste them multiple times. We'll go through them.
Nice.
There
you go. That's the story.
Still can't.
Does it not work?
To design able stuff.
It's because it's HTTP and not HTTPS.
Yeah.
It's not like a safe.
It's not secure. It's not
that's
secure.
the issue.
There we go.
But if you put in HTTP, then it's fine.
It was made so long before. Yeah, if you want to share it.
Right. Let's do this.
Detour design, awesome t-shirts. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Take a detour from the ordinary.
Yeah.
Tea starting at $13.99. Got that
Yeah,
Amazon pricing down.
Yeah. So these are some of my old ones that I did a while ago. They still sell on Amazon, a bunch of these. So
Really,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Nice.
So this
Taco
is like
Bell.
this is like OG
this is OG stuff. Yeah.
2015
Yeah.
detour
Yeah.
shirts
Yeah. Yeah.
designs
Yep.
before AI. Can you imagine that?
I did this. I drew a lot of this by hand and then traced it in Affinity. And
Oh,
Yeah, this
did
is
you
not
draw it on
AI.
like an iPad in that case?
No, see, so some of these don't connect. That's the problem. Cafe Press took them down. Why? Oh, I better just take this side down. But it's a nice. I like looking at it sometimes. Where like, oh, that's where it came from.
What is cafepress.com? I've never heard of that.
This is another. It was the old school before Amazon and before all these other print-on-demand sites. Cafe Press was the one in 2005. They started like all of it. So
Okay.
people were making tons of money on it because it was like the first one, and you could literally make thousands on their and it was like Wild West, like anything went because it was so new. So I didn't know anything about IP and trademarks and stuff, but I quickly learned that you're not supposed to do that. But in the beginning, the Lost TV show was like super popular. Oh, and Heroes. Remember Heroes back on NBC when the superheroes or whatever? It was save the cheerleader, save the world was like the tag for it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I just put it on all these T-shirts on Cafe Press. Made a ton of sales. But then I'm like, oh, then I learned that no, you're not really supposed to do that, and they took it down and stuff. But
I can imagine like Lost T-shirts could be perfect because I mean, like when you after a certain season in Lost, you feel lost watching it.
Yeah. In fact, this design right here is a Lost T-shirt on my wall here in the back.
Oh wait, I need to make you. There we go.
This one right here is a Lost T-shirt. There was a contest on Cafe Press to make a Lost design T-shirt, and the winner would get it signed by the whole cast. So that's
that's awesome.
All the signatures from the people that were on Lost. Yeah, the actors and actresses.
I watched Lost on television when I was a kid, but and my girlfriend, she even like she watched the whole thing a couple months ago.
Wow.
I think it was on Netflix before they had to remove it from Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I didn't like the way it ended, but I loved it in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's really
cool. Felt weird when they introduced a lot of really confusing stuff. Like now you're in the past, but then you're in the future, and then you're
it got so confusing. Like what? Anyway, thanks for letting me go down memory lane. We got to answer more questions before I go.
Yeah, I'm just reading through some of the ones I've got saved. I will take the questions first that kind of include Juna as well, and leave the ones that are like specifically for Andreas for once he's gone, because he's got to leave in 20 minutes.
20 minutes, that's right. Ish.
So, what did you guys do before POD?
Oh, yeah, I can answer that. So, I did the Yellow Pages. That went away after the internet came. So, and then I did, my last job before I did this full time was a UX designer. So basically I helped design websites and applications, the way it looks and the buttons and where it goes, and kind of think through the whole thing. So that was I was a, UX designer or, that.
Mine was very similar. I was a WordPress designer.
Nice.
So website designer, but WordPress. So I was building the sites.
Wow, you and I could have combined talents and made something.
Not really using code. I didn't have a clue about website code.
Oh, really? No code. No. Okay, me too. I hardly touch the code.
I just wanted to design something, and web design was not a fun way to do that. So I'm glad I don't have to do it anymore. And but yeah, it still taught me a bunch of stuff, but I don't miss it. How about you, Andreas?
Yeah, for me it was I did Facebook ads marketing for artists around the world.
What? So, dude, no wonder you're so good at that. Yeah.
Marketing. Yeah, so I did. I like, for instance, I had like one artist in New Zealand. we sold out shows using for her in New Zealand and stuff like that, and then like promotions to build your Spotify following through Facebook ads.
Wow. Dude,
And then
we could do a startup.
Yeah, and after that, I even started to do like the last thing I did before finding other stuff, because I went into doing like starting to do Fiverr and Upwork, doing like music production work and like editing and mixing podcasts. But before that, I did yes, I grew Spotify playlists through Facebook ads. So all
Wow.
things Facebook ads, basically.
That's amazing. That's a great talent to have today at the while doing POD, because like you're primed for getting lots of sales, right? With Shopify and Etsy and anything can. Wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
one thing that I'm really thankful for is doing all this stuff for a long time now. Because I started with this business stuff when I was 24. I'm 32 now, and yeah, it just primed you to all the skills that you get through all of this stuff. Makes you at the end of, at least at the end of it, I've understood that I don't really have to go back to like a 9 to 5 job working in a store or something like that, which feels really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Ooh.
Great
Did you enjoy
stories.
that job? Do you miss doing it or not?
No, so I loved working with artists. I mean, I'm an artist myself. I mainly did it to learn to like really get good at that stuff, to like put it towards my own music business. But the problem is that when you do agency work, you basically go really fast into needing to employ people. Otherwise, you're just working constantly. Because usually I had like a retainer that you could pay. And I did and I did that. But even with the retainer and stuff like that, it just felt really stressful unless you have a big team, because there's a lot of moving parts and yeah, just a lot of things to do. So I liked it in some ways, but I needed to do something else, which is why I leaned towards like doing freelancing stuff before finding out about POD and stuff like that.
Amazing. Yeah, the biggest thing I miss about my 9 to 5 is the people, but I don't miss the daily meetings and the work and the like. But it was nice hanging around with friends and doing work together. I miss that, like going out to lunch and talking to each other. Like it's kind of lonely being home alone. Like I'm not an extrovert. I'm mostly an introvert. But it sometimes I like text or some of my old coworkers like, you want to go out to lunch? I'm like, yes, let's go. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It is definitely a very isolating thing. But and yeah, even as an introvert, you do kind of miss that sometimes. I totally get that as well. And that's also kind of the primary way you make friends as an adult is through people at work that you have to hang out with. You'll have to be forced to hang out with them. Otherwise, it doesn't really happen much.
Yeah, because there's no school. Like school was the other way, but then once you're in work, that's your place that you go. Yeah.
I fully relate to that, because I feel that that's one of the hardest parts about this. Because I like, as just like you guys, I'm very introverted, but I love hanging out with people, like with a close circle of friends. And the problem is that like when you have that, like you are good friends with YouTubers, all of us lives in different different parts
we
of the world.
virtually can do it, but like in real life, no.
Yeah, man. I mean, the best thing would be to like grab lunch, but you can't have like a virtual lunch, and it would be kind of weird. It might work, but I mean, like the best thing would be to sit at a restaurant and talk in real life.
All right, you pick the restaurant, Andres. We're coming.
Hell yes. Hopefully in Texas, though.
In Texas, yeah, absolutely. Texas barbecue.
Are you coming, Andreas?
I'm aiming to. I'm just taking a lot of financial risk since the course was really expensive, and with some other stuff too. It's just some financial risk at the moment. I'm aiming towards doing it. I probably can do it, but it's not just 100% sure that I can. My girlfriend is also. She is. Her birthday is this year. Her birthday is this year, like all of us.
She has one every year, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, but she's turning 30 this year.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah, the big one. So that's also something to keep in mind there. So
what a better birthday present in Texas. No, just joking.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's gonna be more
Why did you
businessy.
choose Texas? What?
She always wanted to go to Hawaii, so we'll see what
Oh,
happens.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is the
Combine it.
United States. Very different from Hawaii, but it's
By the way, probably everyone's like, "What the hell are you even talking about?" We might meet up in Texas at some point this year.
Yeah,
A lot of us,
Chris.
so that's why.
If Chris Heckman put something
Yeah, Chris
together.
is organizing something, but yeah, let's get through a couple more questions.
Couple more. Yeah, that's good. Good question though.
This is for all of us. You guys' best research method now.
Now, yeah, I'm glad they put now because it's always changing. I'm really liking flying research. I'm really
You started using it recently, haven't you?
Yeah. That's really.
What do you like about it?
It makes it really easy. I like that it's live. I think Pretty Merch, I used to use Pretty Merch, but it's not getting updated as frequently. And I like that flying research is. And I love the different things about it where so you have the bestseller rank, but you also have one that's trending and things. So they make it really easy to find like different things. Don't do this kind of method. And I love that you can like also filter it down to t-shirts or mugs or whatever. So I like that. It makes it nice and easy.
Yeah, I like flying research a lot as well. I do use that regularly. But one of my best methods recently has just been Adam.
I was going to say that
because he shares so many
your community just to see Adam's research. I'm like, ooh, okay, this is nice. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, in our school community, he shares niches on a weekly basis, and I've gotten good results from a lot of them as well. So that's kind of almost saved me from doing a lot of research recently.
Yeah, I love that he puts high, medium, low kind of thing, right? Like there's a lot of competition, but it's also like so he kind of breaks it down even further on which one.
Yeah, he gives some extra insight rather than just giving a link to the niche. What's also been good though is Pinterest. Like Pinterest and using tools that one is called Pin Magic, I think, that shows you the pins and the shares and all that stuff on the actual image, so you're not kind of guessing has this been a popular pin or not.
Man, I always get good stuff from this Pin Magic, huh?
I could be wrong. I don't know exactly what it's called, but
I'm gonna look it up.
And Jose also shared a tool with us in the school where you can sort by like highest pins. Like you can filter hundreds of pins and show the most popular ones at the top of the page, because there's no way to do that natively on Pinterest. And sometimes you get some cool ideas on Pinterest that don't exist yet on a marketplace, which is kind of the idea.
So are you looking at t-shirt specific or just random topics?
Not just t-shirts, different search terms. So it could be just typing in like memes.
Okay.
It could be funny t-shirts. It could be like mugs. If there's a new product, I do research specific to that product. And then they don't always look like actual graphic designs, but sometimes you can turn the memes or the ideas into one, right? And that's that's kind of the secret sauce where you find new and original stuff. Other than that one I uploaded recently from Jose as well, with one of his Chrome extensions. That one is really good and fast.
Okay.
What about you guys?
So
Andreas.
Yeah. So for me, I've done a myriad of different ways of doing this research thing, but all just simplified. So for anyone who's familiar with my channel, like a big thing for me was like doing the master list, like 1.5 years ago or something like that. But at the moment, it's really just asking yourself the right question. I don't do anything else. If you just ask yourself, what are emotional and celebratory milestones that people generally what are emotional or celebratory milestones that happen every single day that people generally want to buy gifts for? If you can answer that, then you are fine with whichever niche you pick. As long as you ask the right question, you can find the right answer. Because I just find that, however, at least in my own experience, there's no shade to like high competition, low competition. But for me, that never really worked. The only thing was just asking the right question, like being in evergreen niches that happen every single day, but they have to be giftable niches at the end of the day.
So, what would be an example of a wrong answer to that question?
Ooh, that's a good nuance to it. A wrong answer to that would, for instance, be
Like, I think Valentine's Day doesn't really sell, like, the
no.
occasion doesn't work all year round, does it?
Yeah, exactly. So seasonal stuff, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, whatever day, it would not be something that I would place focus on. At least
Oh,
not
I
in my.
see. Okay.
Father's Day is different because a lot of the
Yes,
designs are kind of celebrating dads, which could work for a
That's
birthday, for
yes,
Father's
but
Day.
a nuance to like the Valentine's Day stuff is that you can still sell for Valentine's Day as long as they sell for all year long too. So a big one, for instance, if you just think about it, like people are getting together every single day. People are having their first baby every single day.
mm,
That people are getting their first house every single
hmm
day, and all those kinds of events, or like for like a baby shower, for someone like getting engaged, for someone like first Christmas, as or like you can make a version for Valentine's Day, as long as it can like sell all year round
hmm
too. That's the
hmm
constraint. So in
Yeah,
my
that
head,
makes
I would
sense.
have it like the first blah 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 as or something like that.
Hmm
It could be first Valentine's Day, but you could probably do something more like um, first time as a couple doing X, as long
hmm
as it's not seasonal, if that makes sense. But
hmm
usually that's how I approach it because that's the only way that that's the fastest way that I've been able to make this work without really feeling the ups and downs of POD. Because at least when I was in these when I followed like these rankings and stuff, it always did never gave me consistency in sales. Plus, it was always really up and down. I'm not sure how you guys felt.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
The trending ones, that's the nature of
Hmm.
trending, right? Is ups and
yeah.
downs.
But with like the evergreen stuff, that and the key thing is like giftable niches that happen every single day. And if you can just answer that question that I mentioned earlier, then you can like find all the niches that you need. So like people are getting divorced every single day, people are getting retired every single day, just events that happen every single day that people generally want to buy gifts for, like new
Wow.
promotions to jobs or stuff like that.
There's so many anniversaries as well, isn't there? I feel like there's
hmm
probably some underrated stuff there.
hmm
Not just wedding anniversaries, but all sorts of stuff that you could
Yeah.
probably target.
And there's a lot of fan hobbies, occupations, things that people would do every day, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's an
Mhm.
everyday thing.
That's how I approach it because I find that that's just the easiest way to just do this research game.
Yeah. Good insights.
Nice. All right. So we've done that one.
One more, I think I have, or two, depending how long.
Okay. This one might be interesting, and that is
Ta-da.
how can I increase the t-shirt price without making the BSR rise so it keeps selling well and the BSR stays low or goes down? That's quite a big question, but we'll let Juna start. This has got to drop off in 3 minutes.
Gosh, how? I don't know if
No
there's
pressure.
an exact answer for that one. Like I slowly build it up. I like what both of you guys have said. Like um I I've been playing around with having it low and then as I get more sales bumping it up and just finding the right spot and keeping an eye on it. But I don't know if there's a guarantee to know because every niche is different, everything's different, so it's like an individual thing. So I think you're just gonna have to watch it. But what I typically do is start low. When it gets some sales, I raise the price and I end up at $19-20. Hopefully it keeps getting sales. If it doesn't, then I do it all over again, kind of not all the way down, but I try and lower it and just find the right spot for it. But that's it. But it's doing that on thousands of designs is really tough. So I kind of just do autopilot where once it gets 10 or so sales, I keep it at 19.99 and 20. And that doesn't guarantee that it's going to keep selling well or that the BSR goes down. But I think that's what I do anyway. What do you guys do?
I think it's highly situational.
Yeah.
You definitely cannot give a straight answer to this. It depends on the context. Now, the best way to do what you want to do, raising the price, and the BSR keeps at the same level or dropping, and you keep getting sales, is to leave the price really low for really long. Like that's the best way to get to your goal.
You want to rank it, right?
Because that's if it starts selling at a super low price and keeps selling for a really long time, it's going to get a super low BSR. It's going to build up a lot of momentum and reviews, and it will be indexed in a lot of search terms. And then eventually, and I've experienced this, I did experience this last year with one of my listings, eventually you can put the price up to $19.99, even over $20, and it just carries on selling. Not quite as well as it would have at like a really low price, but it still sells really well, and the BSR stays the same. But that's super hard, and it takes a lot of patience, and it totally depends on the niche and the circumstances. But I kind of see it like when you're driving a car and you take your foot off the pedal, that's like you're increasing your price, and you're coasting for a while, but you're going to slow down gradually, right? And that's going to happen with every listing. Like you can't tell me that you go from $13.99 to $19.99 and the sales don't change forever. Like eventually there will be less sales. You might be making more profit, but your BSR will rise eventually from that. So I go in between. Like when I see something stops selling as much, I drop it. If that sells really well regularly, I see in my dashboard, I increase it again. It's just like that.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and the thesis that, or like the thinking that Juna and Philip have is the same thing that I have too. Is basically like I just listed at a lower price. I listed at $0 royalty when I listed. When it has 10 sales, I just bump it up. And there's ads going with this. So when it sells once, I just put it in. I just shove it into an automatic ad. When it has 10 sales, I put it in an automatic ad where I just divide up with an automatic ad that just have the one ASIN in it, and divide it up by close match, loose match, and substitutes. That's really all I do to keep it there, because once you actually have proven it, it kind of makes sense more to push it more. But that's usually how I do it. But I also price high. So just like Philip said, like you sell less at a higher rate, but it depends on what your goal is. In the beginning, the goal is to get, and in my opinion, it's to get rank. When you have the rank, you can just bump the price up because it doesn't change any rank, and then you can just get the profit that you actually want from it.
Great question.
If you have to drop off, by the way, Juna, feel free to.
You got one more? Let me see. Depends on this next question.
I wanted to give a quick example. I had a shirt priced at, it was locked and was priced at like $15.
Okay, I want to see
for a while. So it was selling over 10 times a day. And on Monday, it sold 19 times.
Wow. That's something.
Yesterday, I realized, oh, this isn't locked anymore. So I was like, I'll put the price up to $22.99 because it's been selling well. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
It sold twice yesterday.
Oh, see.
It went from 19 to 2 sales, and it made less money overall. So
then what are you going to do now? You're going to bring it back down?
Dropped it to $19.99. So it's just like
are you basing that on just one day's worth of sales?
What? Basing what?
Like if you have one off day with it, are you basing the new decision based off that? Because you can probably get like a lot of sales a couple days afterwards. Because
I could do, yeah, but it's also a regular seller for me, so I don't really want to lose the momentum that it's just been building up. So I'll just leave it at $19.99 for a while now.
I feel like $19.99
you
is
are
a great
right.
price.
Like I should probably wait longer and see how it does within a week. But if it only sells two times each day, then I'm like, I would have regretted it. So.
Yeah. Good point.
No, I just always keep in mind, like for me at least, that when I do tests, I usually have at least 1 to 2 weeks of testing time before I can determine if it's a right move or a bad move. But at the same time, if it's one of those that you are like counting on to sell to keep you like one of your heroes, so to speak,
Mhm.
then it might be dumb to like experiment with one of those.
Yeah, it's risky.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for
gonna-
coming on, Juna.
Yeah,
Thanks, you
See
know.
you,
I'll
see you next time.
All right.
Hopefully with hats.
Yeah. Come on, Amazon. All right. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, man.
Okay, now we'll. Oh, what's this? Still got him on you. Now we will remove Juna, and then we'll get onto the question, which was addressed to you.
Okay. I think I saw some. Andreas, on previous live streams, Juna gave me the advice. On previous live streams, Juna gave me the advice on my T Public store that I should upload my designs to Etsy. I have a question in my mind. Can I make some sales with 100 listings? If the question, like, if I understood it correctly, if the question is that you can make like sales with 100 listings, then definitely. I mean, like, it's all about a game of making quality listings. So you still have to understand the Etsy game, because the Etsy game is different from the Amazon game. It's different from the TeePublic game. So just bear in mind that, like, if you come into this thinking that you can just like make white background listing images, then it won't really work unless you like a shop called Crazy Dog, and you're really focusing on that. But generally speaking, it doesn't really work. But you can definitely work. I mean, like, lots of people in my community are doing really well, just starting a couple months ago or just started. So you can definitely do it, but you have to put in the necessary work in order to like learn the Etsy game. But do you have any thoughts on this, Philip?
Can I make sales with 100 listings? Like, the general answer is yes. Of course you can. Is it easy? No. Especially if you're a beginner or if you've struggled to get sales thus far. I think if you start printing them out and you kind of see that as like your maximum you can do is like list 100 things, you probably won't be successful. Like, it's unlikely that someone only posts 100 listings and then does well. But generally, yes, a shop with small amount of listings can do well. You just have to know what you're doing, and I think that's most of the time the person asks the question, that's not the case. So yeah, best bet would be to join Andreas' course, because he teaches it all there and it's working for people. So if you want to make it work on Etsy with a small amount of listings, and you don't want to have to spam 10,000 listings onto the platform, then you can watch YouTube videos. There's a ton of content out there. Andrea's got a massive course as well, and that will help you if you want more direct guidance and you want to kind of get there faster. I would always recommend something like a coaching or community training kind of thing, because it will iron out your mistakes way faster than trying to do it on your own with just watching YouTube.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. For sure, I think that sums it up.
Following Andreas' course for Etsy, awesome. So
Nice.
you've made the right start there. That's good. Let's go back to the earlier questions. How's Valentine's ranking going? Good or going down? I haven't looked at the ranking specifically, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to go down until, like, the BSRs are going to go down, meaning sales are going to get better until probably the last week before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, they're hotcakes at the moment, but the key thing to know is that, like, if you're listing new stuff, I think it's a bit too late. It's probably better to like aim for Mother's Day at this very moment.
Yeah, Mother's Day, Mardi Gras is a little bit further in the future. St. Patrick's Day, stuff like that. If you're going after events, like, I personally don't do it much. I'm more on the evergreen side as well, but
Yeah,
if you're already thinking about Valentine's Day, do something that's a little bit further in the future. Like, now this is, what is it, 3 weeks away, Valentine's Day?
yeah, something like that.
It's a bit too close, I would say.
Yeah.
Can you design especially for certain products like hats or mugs? If so, can you block that special design for printing on a t-shirt? Is that possible in TeePublic? Actually,
I have no idea.
don't remember. This is such a long time ago. I've uploaded to TeePublic. I don't know. I think you can deselect products. No?
Yeah, I've never even uploaded to TeePublic, so I have no idea.
I can check it while we're on this. You can definitely do it on Amazon, right? You could only upload to hats or only upload to mugs. If you wanted to fully optimize for that product, that would be the way to go. Like if you wanted to do separate keyword research, make the listing optimized just for mugs or hats, then do that. But TeePublic, let me check. We've forgotten how this works. Upload art. While that's loading up. Oh. Not enough quality. Let's take something else. There we go. Whilst that's loading up, let's see what the next question is. Oh, there's someone asking about a suspended Amazon ads account. So just respond to this quickly. I have a question about my Amazon ads account being suspended for almost 2 years. And after 200 appeals, I've not managed to reinstate it, sending emails to Jeff and other teams. And then the follow-on was here. My question is, do you know any lawyer or attorney who can reinstate my Amazon ads account? I've heard of lawyers who've reinstated Amazon merch accounts. Well, I've heard of one, not really very many, but I don't know what he's called. Like I've only heard about it on Discord, but I've never heard of anything in relation to Amazon ads. Best bet is just to Google and call some people that come up. If there's like Amazon, there will be Amazon attorneys, Amazon lawyers who probably specialize in it, because Amazon will be getting sued all the time, constantly.
Yeah, I haven't heard about anyone here. I've just heard it through you, Philip, I think, and it's just been like people wanting to reinstate their merch accounts.
And I tried to get the contact for that lawyer who helped that one guy out, but he never told me. So I wish I could share it, but I don't know. On the other question, though, you can disable products on TeePublic. You can only list on hats. Yeah, it works.
Nice.
Actually, it still looks pretty much exactly the same as I remember it. The upload page hasn't really changed. All right.
I think that's the same as previously. There we go.
Is Amazon merch in India now?
Ooh, I do not think they are, though. Are they?
Depends if you mean selling or buying. Like you can't buy Amazon merch products from India, but you can sell on Amazon merch if you live in India. I'm pretty sure they don't restrict like where you come from, which I know some people believe that, but I think that's a myth.
Yeah, it could be. I haven't. I always thought that it's their relationship with the bank that you're using in the country that you're using. As long as it's like easy, that's been my take. As long as there's like an established bank that you're using, so there won't be any hiccups, then it can be really fine. But again, this is just a guess.
Yeah, we can all just guesstimate. I think, because I've heard, for example, some people from Morocco say that it's impossible to get an account in Morocco, but I do know a lot of Moroccans who have accounts and they're not purchased, right? So I don't think that's true. And then at the same time, some people would argue, oh, if you live in the US, it's just really easy to get in. But I know people in the US who are struggling to get accepted. So and same with Germany, UK, like the other countries where people are saying, oh, it's easy for you. So I think it's generally hard to get in, like no matter which country you live in. and there's no real preference, I would say.
Yeah.
But again, it's just speculation at the end of the day.
But I agree with that totally, because like I had one student who lives in Denmark who got in, one person who lives in Norway who didn't get in, like from my community. But at the same time, when I was like in Cassie's thing, like way back before she had her course, I mean, there were people there applying to Amazon Merch but didn't get in. And I know Chris Heckman, I think he also said in one of our lives that he also like couldn't get into Amazon Merch after applying too. So it seems like the luck of the draw, honestly.
Which trademark class are hats? And I think someone answered that in the chat already. Is 25. It would fall under clothing, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah, it should be 25.
Should we ask Gemini?
Go for it.
Oh, misspelled hats. Awesome. Defining the HTA scope. No. Hats.
I just search Google and you get, but
yeah, you probably get it quicker there.
Yeah, it's 25.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's 25.
Yeah, it should be.
What are the reasons for only selling in the US region? Yes, it is class 25. Too much hassle with returns. Who said that about only selling in the US? Was it you?
No, he commented on my channel. So it's probably regarding Etsy and only focusing on the US, because that's a big thing that I talk about.
Yeah.
The main reason to only focus on the US is because, like, let's say, for instance, that you sell to Germany. Then they have the Lucid packing register that you have to comply with. If you sell to the UK or Sweden or Norway, we have a 14-day right of withdrawal you have to comply with. You also have to comply with GPSR. And some of these are easy to fix, like the GPSR thing with Printify. But overall, it feels like traps on the floor, you can fall, like you might see one of these traps, like, let's see if I can just find this. Yeah, you might see one of these traps here, but then you might manage it. So you might like be able to walk around it because you found it and you managed it. But then on your next step, you have another one that's right in front of you there too, but it's hard to see them because there's so many. So it feels like landmines all over the place. That's why you don't want to like sell to the EU specifically. And
it's full of landmines.
It's full of landmines, yeah. Landmine regulations.
Plus, no, it's harder, right? If you want to cover everything, it's a lot tougher to be compliant with everything. So, and I did this a long time with Amazon as well. I just uploaded to the US and the UK because it's like I don't want to have to check the trademarks everywhere. And at that time, I was a lot more worried about getting rejections. And it's legitimate if you want to save time with some little things, and maybe you'll sacrifice 5% of your sales, but at least you'd save a lot of hassle and effort elsewhere. So
yeah, and I mean, like on merch, I'm only selling to the US too, just because I don't want to view the EU IPO and the US IPO to like do trademark checks, just for ease of use. Because of trademarks, because again, if you sell to the EU, there are different trademarks that you have to comply with. So yeah, it just makes it so much easier, because then you can just look for class 25 and it's only in the US when it comes to trademarks, plus all the different regulations. It's so much easier to sell in the US. But the biggest thing is because 95% of the market is just the US.
All right. Hope that answers that question. Do each of you have a Shopify website as well? Do you run Facebook ads? I do. Well, I have a Shopify site, but right now it's literally just my Philip Anders one, which has some digital downloads on it. The PUD one, I just put a halt on it because I was running Facebook ads for a while and I was struggling to make it work. Turned into a bit of a shiny object for me I was chasing, and it was kind of taking away my focus from what was working. So I just stopped doing it. What about you?
No, so I watched you and Juna's journey with the whole thing. So,
Mm,
and I just decided that like music, because behind the scenes, like it's not much at the moment, because specifically because YouTube is so intense at the moment. But like behind the scenes, it's music, it's YouTube, which is a beast, and then it's the POD stuff, and there's a lot of things regarding POD too. So I just now seeing you guys navigate that stuff and looking at the workload when it comes to Shopify, because I mean there's so many things that you have to do. Like you have to optimize the site, and there's so many different things that you have to pay for. The Shopify subscriptions and the plugins to Shopify, like Klaviyo and stuff like that. It's just yeah,
the
um,
ads.
the ads too, which is a big thing,
Mm,
because like ever since like I did Facebook ads extensively, so I do know them quite well. But like ever since, what is it, like 2022 or 2020 maybe, somewhere around there, the ads price also just increased heavily on Meta. So the ROASs will be lower, which means that your general profit margin will probably be somewhere around 10%, 15%. It seems like, and it just seems like if you wanna, yeah, you have to put so much effort in to get so much out. So I never went down the route. I experimented with it a bit, but didn't commit.
mm. Yeah, if you look at it from our end, it's like we're doing POD. We have one POD model that we're already focused on. In Andreas' case, it's Etsy. In my case, it's Amazon. And then we do the YouTube channel. Like you can test things on the side besides that as well as like a third thing, but you need to commit quite a lot to Shopify to make it work. You can't really do it as like a third wing kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're really enjoying it, then maybe it's better. But I was, because it's a lot of ads work, I was not enjoying it whatsoever. So like trying to do something that you don't enjoy whilst you have two other things that are working that you do enjoy is very tough.
Yeah, and like
And
for
just
me,
to do that for extra money is also like sometimes not motivating enough.
I agree with that too, because I mean, like for me, like one thing that I really want to still do, because I think I've earned is not a ton of money, but I still earn like $100,000 now on Amazon merch, or just close to it, in
Right.
royalties. And I mean, like just last month, just from uploading in April and May, I like, because I didn't really upload after that, but I still made like last month. What was it, like somewhere between $3,500 and $4,000 in profit? So
Nice.
yeah,
From not doing much. That's really
yeah, I'm
good.
not doing much at all. And honestly, so my head just goes to like doing more Amazon or more Etsy, just because Amazon works and Etsy works. But also, if you just look at the overall market, like school is a platform where people host communities. So you associate communities and learning stuff on communities on school. There are these platforms for everything. Like you don't go to a random site to view specific YouTube videos. You go to YouTube to view videos. There are like platforms for everything. So my head is also like looking at how just stuff works. Mostly at the moment, I do feel that most things are going towards like platforms as well. If you just see how Amazon works, if you see how YouTube is, now you got a social media basically, which is school for learning stuff online. Um. So yeah, I think just
So you're trying
overall.
to make the point that Shopify isn't a platform, and that's why it's not a
Exactly,
smart
because
move.
you have to remember that like Etsy has put in 20 years like of like trying to let the customers understand that okay, you go to Etsy to find personalized gifts for people, and mostly for women, but for people overall. Amazon has been the thing that you usually associate with buying stuff online, and that takes they've done that for over 30 years. But like to understand what a brand is, it's like you associate something with your like, let's see, so I can talk to the camera, but you associate with basically
You
this
need to
thing
move
that
your
you,
camera in front of you. It'd be so
yeah,
much
it would be so much easier. But like you associate one thing, let's say that you sell funny like dad mugs, and then your site is here. To people to understand the correlation between these two takes a lot of work. That okay, if you think about buying funny dad mugs, you go to this site. That's a 20-year project if you really like want to go to the branding side. At least that's my opinion on it. And however, if you already sell stuff like funny dad mugs on Etsy, sorry, funny dad mugs on Amazon, probably they would probably just think, okay, I need to buy a dad mug online. Where do I go? I probably go to Amazon to buy that, or Etsy. They probably wouldn't think funnydadmuggifts.com or something like that. So my head just goes to that the future is definitely this platform, because the whole thing that we're just using, I mean, like, we're streaming through something called StreamYard, which is a platform. Everything just going to these hubs where people are like settling in and doing their thing. At least that's my take on it. But that it looks like everything is going towards that, not standalone sites, but because you have to do so much to get that connection into what your site is towards, and connect that with what the customer thinks about it. Because I mean, like, if I say Nintendo to you, Philip, what do you associate with Nintendo?
All the games I played with it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Just
like,
having fun.
yeah, but if I talk to you about Larian Studios,
What?
exactly. If I talk to you about Larian Studios, does that say anything to you?
No.
No. They made a big game called Baldur's Gate 3, which my girlfriend is insanely in love with. But like, they're a huge studio, but they started in like 96 or something like that. But Nintendo started in the 80s, and but if I just say Nintendo, most people know what that is because of like Donkey Kong. If they're older, like the first Donkey Kong that came out in 81. But that association is the thing that's hard to make people on a wide scale understand. Like, if I just say the name, what do you associate with that? Because if I just say Nike, what do you usually associate with that?
Sports clothing.
Sports clothing, yeah. But if I say, oh, I don't have a good example of, because I don't know clothes that much. But like, if I would say some obscure brand, you probably wouldn't be able to connect that with sports clothing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get your point.
Yeah.
Just a quick one here. Are you guys selling 6-7 shirts? Yes or no? Yes. less so than last year, but it's January, so that could just be to do with it. The trend has not died. I'm definitely selling them still every day, but I feel like it's maybe slowing down. I don't know. It's really hard to say in January, like, what's actually going on, because it's such a different feeling than December, for me anyways. But the answer is yes.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I haven't been into it myself. But I do know what it is. So
you do know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love South Park, and they even did an episode with 6-7.
Okay. That's where you get your education, I see.
Exactly.
Is Profitry good for beginners?
What would you say? No.
So what would I say?
Yeah.
I think so, because it's relatively affordable. Well, actually, if you're a complete beginner, I don't think you need any tool. And there's, I think, another question that's kind of related to this. Like, if I can't afford to buy Etsy tools, what should I do? I think it's a good entry-level tool because it's a one-time fee and it gives you a lot of data. But you don't need it, like, especially if you're in this boat.
Yeah, exactly. Just ask yourself the question, like, what are emotional and celebratory milestones that people generally want to buy gifts for? Because this is like, you can ask that to ChatGPT and you will get great answers for that. Profitry, I think, is really good. They have this fire emoji that just marks how many of these products has been sold in the last 24 hours. That was really good. So I really love that about them. But like, if you can afford them, you don't need any. You just need to ask the right questions, and you can do that just asking yourself or just asking the free version of ChatGPT, and that should get you going into the right direction.
Sweet. I need mockups perfect, like bestsellers in Etsy. I guess the question is where to find them.
You can just find them on Etsy. I mean, like if you just search for like most mockups that are doing really well, like proven mockups that I always call them, you can just find them on Etsy. Like if you want to do the Comfort Colors mockups, you can just search for Comfort Colors 1717 mockups, and you will find them. They're usually at the top because they're selling the most. So mostly on Etsy, you can just buy them.
Yep. I have a video actually from last year where I go and buy one of the top selling Etsy mockups and then generate it in bulk with my designs. And it costs like $3 sometimes for like one of those really good mockups if you buy them standalone. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, and like I'm actually just making a video because I had one person on my channel asking for that because I use my designs to generate all my mockups now. It's a pain to set up, honestly, because you have to do smart objects, and I'm not a Photoshop whiz, so it just took a long time to figure all the smart objects out. But I got a lot of help from Curtis, which I really appreciated.
Have you heard that they've got a new mockup tool?
Yeah, Mockster. I saw it for sure. But it's not integrated with my designs though. It's just standalone.
No,
thing.
I mean the idea is I think that it's for people who don't want to get my designs just for mockups. It's like a standalone mockup tool that kind of works the same, but it's
Is it
more...
like simply listed, or is it more like the one that we have already within my
I've
design?
not tried it enough to know. I don't know. I need to test it properly and make a video.
Okay. Because I think once you set up my design stuff, like I do, and me and my team now does like 120 like mockups, like mockups for designs at a time. It's just a pain to set up because I don't think the mockups, you have to buy proven mockups and put that into my designs. But once you set that up, and I have a video coming up about that, it's just a major pain to make these videos. But once I have that, you can see how that's done, because that's, yeah, my designs, once you set it up, it's really easy. It's just a big hurdle to get above.
Well, that's a lot of things. I think if you want to iron out a bottleneck for your workflow, it usually takes quite a lot of upfront work to either figure out how or to set it up.
Yeah.
But then downstream, it will save you a ton of time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worth it usually. Brother, I have tried 12 times to get an account, but I can't get in. I'm getting rejected every time. Do you have any way? Unfortunately, I do not. There is no guaranteed way to get in. Probably not the answer you want to hear. The only thing that we heard last year at some point is that people were clicking one of the links in the email and then asking for feedback. But I've also heard hundreds of people probably say that didn't work for them. So, yeah, unfortunately, there is no other way that I know of.
Yeah, same here. The only thing that I know is that, like, when I applied, I didn't get a reply from them for like 1 or 2 months. I then messaged them, and then I got in. And it was the same story for one of my students in my community too.
How did you message them?
Let me just search it up, and I can just find how I
Because I think people don't really know which email.
Yeah. Let me.
Can you find your original email that got you into?
Yeah, I could probably. It's just a long while back.
That would be epic. I'll move on to the next question. Maybe we can share that after. Bit of a win right here. Love you guys. I finally got 3 sales during the 4th quarter of 2025 after a few years. Follow you guys religiously. That's awesome. Glad you got your first sales there, and I hope it'll be plenty more this year.
Well done.
Well done, Samantha. I'll answer this one. Hey everyone, is it wise to take our merch, Etsy t-shirt designs after doing the research, etc.? Should we just upload them all to TeePublic, Spreadshirt, Redbubble with Merch Titans? Worth it? ? This again, it depends. What does worth it mean for you? Does worth it mean I'll be making an extra $10,000 a month after doing this for for a year or whatever, or doing it for half a year, then no, it won't be worth it because you won't get there. If an extra few $100s might be worth it for you, extra few $100s a month, then yeah, it could be worth doing that. I think there is a lot of examples of people, myself included, who've uploaded their designs onto all these kind of secondary platforms, and you're getting some sales here and there. It's never really anything crazy, but it can add up and give you a little bit more income, but you're not going to reach like crazy numbers. So if a few extra 100 sounds worth it, yes, you can do it. If a few extra 1,000 is what you want to get out of that per month, then no, don't do it.
So just to follow up on what we talked about earlier, like I found the original email, but I think I just went to their site because I can't find the email that I sent, but I can find the response email that I got from them, and it's from and it just said that thank you for your interest in merch by Amazon. Congrats, our records indicate that your account has been approved. But I just sent them like something simple. It was from like the Amazon support team, merch by Amazon support team.
The email, like which email did you address? I think that's the key.
The thing is, I don't think I did because like I can't find the one that I actually sent.
So was it like a form you filled out?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Because this is a specific email I only use for my merch account. And I have sent like 4 emails in total with it, and so I probably used like their email, some kind of form there, because I have sent out like 4 emails, but then I got a response from their support team in an email instead. So I used some kind of form that's available for everyone.
And you asked if you got accepted, or what did you ask them? Do you remember that?
The headline was like, let's see if we can get back. Just took away the email, which was bad. It was basically just, there we go. Account or application status was the thing that I just had, because they don't include the thing that you submitted your ticket with, but I just, in the headline, it was like account or application status. That was what I put there. So I just asked for, hi, can I get like an update, like a 1-line thing. I usually talk like that, just a 1-line thing asking for an update under the whole thing.
Okay. Fairly simple then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully that might help. Don't get your hopes up. But you never know. And unfortunately, the only thing we can say to like not getting into Amazon is keep applying and do something else meanwhile. Like, don't just get frustrated because you can't upload designs. There is other platforms, right? There is Etsy, there is Amazon KDP as well. There is a lot of other ways to get in the zone, to warm up your skills, to get better. And if your heart is really set on Amazon, you might still get in with time. Next up, we've got Andreas. If you don't mind me asking, how many sales do you average a month on your Etsy shop currently, and how long did it take to get to this? Thanks again for your help.
So it's been a bit low for the time being. So I usually did like $4,000 to $5,000 profit all the way up until June, July. Then it's been dipping since there. But I'm also doing a whole different strategy at the moment. So because I'm trying to, again, I can't do everything at once. It's just impossible. Especially since like YouTube hasn't gone the way. I'm jelly to my friends. Like for instance, Shauna, who came up with me, she's doing a lot better than me. So I'm jealous and competitive. So I'm dedicating more of myself to learn that game, and I can't do everything at one time. So I'm basically getting more of a team to help me with my Etsy stuff. And when it comes to teaching a team, you have to teach them how to do stuff, and it just takes a long time to teach people. So it's been a bit dip. It's been on the dip for the past couple of months, but yeah, that's been basically the story.
How many sales, like actual unit sales, is that on average per month over the past year? Do you think
I don't even remember. It's
it's like 500 to 1,000 or something?
something like that, but it's again the game on Etsy. I'm not sharing my screen right now, right? By the way,
No.
the game on Etsy is widely different compared to how it was in 2024, and mainly because of ads. Ads has drastically changed the platform because like people that are like big sellers like myself, we are getting like 1.8 to like 2.2 in ROAS. It's terrible. And it's because they've just increased the cost of their ads. So one thing that I did in late 2024 was just take off all the ads, and then in 2025 I experimented a lot with them. But in all the honesty, it's just way too expensive. So generally speaking, for the first like half of the year, I did like 400 to like 500 orders a month. Then it kind of dipped. I did more like 150 to 200 orders a month up until November and December. But I still did like 6 figures in revenue at least last year. But the key thing to know is that when you don't use ads, instead of having what is it like 20 to 25% in margin, I do 35% net margin. So the thing that I actually get, like if I sell something for $100, I get $35 out of that.
Nice.
Which basically means that you can sell so much less. Like you can just like if I just sell, for instance, 10K, you get 30. If I sell 10K, you get 3.5K in profit, just for easy head math. So I sell less but make a lot more if that in profit. And my first full year wasn't in 2022. And then I made like I made what is it like $120,000 or something like that in my first year. 500 and like 600, 580, depending on the exchange rate. It was like $580,000 in 2023 with like $150,000 in profit. And then I don't remember what it was in 2024. The 2025 stuff hasn't been like accounted for and stuff like that yet, so I don't really know. But yeah, it took it took like a year, honestly, for me to really make this happen. And when I say make this happen, like to earn about 6 figures in profit. But you also have to keep in mind that I went all in on this. Like I had my back against the wall, fire up my ass, and I had to make this work. So I did everything to make it work, and I put every single hour that I had into Etsy, just Etsy. And then when I got into Amazon merch, I tried to learn that, and then the only thing that worked
was that next to 9 to 5 when you say it every single hour?
No, so I quit my 9 to 5 for a long while back, but then so this was without anything like that. I had like my consultant thing when it comes to like a Facebook ad agency, but I concluded those relationships to go all in on this. And because I just noticed that it just takes more of me to do this, so I had some money saved up. That's all I had. But basically, it took me a year to really get going with this. I still earn like $500 or $1,000 in profit a month, like after the third month of doing Etsy. But mind you, again, I spent all day. I went up at like 4 a.m, worked on this till like 8 in the evening, and like doing the first couple of months. And then in the second year, it really took off since I earned above 6 figures in profit.
Yeah, I think the first year you kind of write off as getting paid a poverty wage, right? Like you're working a lot and you're getting no money for it. It feels terrible.
Exactly.
It was the same. It took me longer than Andreas to get to a decent amount of sales, like a decent income for UK standards.
But did you have a side job, or like a main job that you had?
No, so well, in the first year I was still doing freelance work because I was also video editing and doing logo design as kind of a more of a like hobby kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely liked printed demand the most, and then that eventually overtook, and I could get rid of doing like the freelance stuff.
So you had more of like a seamless segue to more POD instead of just going guns blazing.
Yeah, it was kind of split in the first year, doing a variety of things, not just POD full on out. But I've said this a few times. In my first year being self-employed, I made like 4,000 profit, I think, or 3,000. I don't know, like nothing in a full year. So it was
That's
awful.
hard.
Yeah, I was lucky that my partner was also working at the time, and our rent was relatively low. Otherwise, like it wouldn't have been possible. But yeah, enough of that.
Yep.
Let's talk about if you're starting on Etsy and have a design, would you put it on comfort color shirts or on Bella canvas or both?
What do you think about this, Philip? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
I don't really see the point of putting it on both. If you have a design, and especially if you're just starting out, I think testing it on one shirt is enough. I don't really see adding it to two different shirts increasing your chances of a sale. Which one of the two? I couldn't really tell you. I know that comfort colors are like really trendy and seem to be always amongst the best sellers, but I'm also not the Etsy expert. So what do you think?
It's similar. Like I think when you start, it's just because this is one of the biggest things when I do shop reviews in my community for. But yeah, one of the biggest things is that they add like hats, mugs, t-shirts, sweatshirts, leggings. Like it's like I did the same thing, so I can relate to it. But it's one of the biggest things that I just see as a commonality when I do shop reviews. So if you start on Etsy, just do one thing until you hit 6 figures with it, at least. Because honestly, and I'm talking profit, I'm not talking revenue here, and that's a big goal to say. But the reason is because I did it the opposite way that a lot of us do, and I put up over 10,000 listings, and I have 10,000 expired listings. Like I just have a handful of listings live because those are actually generating sales compared to the 10,000 listings that are expired. And they are expired because I tested it and stuff. And one of the biggest things that I tested was like different product types. And the crazy part is like usually when I started, like I said that, oh, my sweatshirt sells so much better than t-shirts. Yeah, sweatshirts is such a better like product type to sell. But the only thing that was like the real thing here was that I just didn't do good enough listing images, and I just didn't price it properly. When I say pricing again, I have students earning like $12 to $14 in profit per shirt sold. When it comes to comfort colors, you can price really high. The key thing is just to understand that it's a whole different game if you have with mockups. When you do t-shirts compared to sweatshirts, like you need to do proven mockups for both. But if you focus on if you deviate your focus from the things that needs to be fixed within your t-shirt listings, and you put up sweatshirt listings or leggings, for instance, then you can't really make any progress that way, because you're just transferring your problems you had with your sweatshirts and your leggings to the t-shirts. You need to fix the things with the t-shirts. So the key thing is just to focus on one product type until you are hitting all your goals with it, because that forces you to focus on the problems at hand, not the problems that you want to see, but the problems that you have to see, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good take, I think. I hope that helps out. All right, a couple more questions, and then we're done for today, I think.
Sounds good.
I think this is a takeaway from your previous explanation. Thanks for sharing. So the takeaway though is if you don't keep the pedal down, things do fizzle out, and it's a non-stop grind listing. I think there's no black and white there, but it's you're kind of right in a sense. It's not as in if you're not grinding full time, like all the way, like grinding, listing, uploading all the time. That doesn't mean your sales die straight away, but they're probably not going to just keep growing naturally.
Yeah.
They'll probably stagnate, and eventually they'll die out if you don't do anything. So I think POD is kind of in the middle there, where like you can take some gaps and do nothing or do low effort and still maintain or maybe grow a little bit. But if you let your foot off the pedal if you keep your foot off the pedal for too long, it will start fizzling out.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind with my stats, I haven't put my foot on like the gas pedal for like on with my full focus since 2024 because like YouTube has been a beast to conquer. But look the whole of like 2024, I made somewhere around like 80 to 90K in the profit. I don't know what the profit is for this year, but like for the first half of the year, I made 4 to 5K in profit every single month, and then it's been dipping since then. So after like 1.5 to 2 years, it kind of dipped off, and you kind of have to put the gas on the pedal again. But it's still like, what is it, like 18 to 24 months before it really like kind of dipped off, I'd say.
And it's also, I mean, the good news is there are people or examples of people who had to take a break. Like there's many reasons why you might not be able to grind out, right? Whether it's focusing on a separate project like Andreas, or like someone I interviewed recently on the podcast, he was building a house and like family all taking up his focus. And it was like 2 or 3 years, I think he didn't do merch, didn't spend money on ads, and clearly his account like went down in sales. And he started back up last year and actually spent time doing it again. And he said in January he was making like 10 sales a day. And then by the time Q4 hit, he was having days with like 200 to 300 sales in a day. So you can turn that around. But yeah, at the same time, if you ignore it for too long, it dies down. I think if you got a good bit of momentum going, like if you're selling really well, you've been pushing POD for 2 or 3 years, you can take half a year off and you probably won't really notice much of a difference in your income.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Don't take 2 years off like I did, because then it kind of dips a bit too much.
Yeah.
But and I'm picking it back up again with a team, since I just can't manage everything myself. I'm teaching the team and I'm doing overseeing stuff and teaching stuff. But definitely half a year would for sure be fine. So it's not, because again, if you compare this to a 9 to 5, you still have to put in hours to get money out of a 9 to 5. But like if you take half a year off your 9 to 5, you won't really get paid for that time.
And I think that's a smart move as well with the team, or like outsourcing parts of the business so that your effort just goes down, or you're not involved with everything. So you don't have to grind, and you can still do like a separate project on the side, or just, I don't know, spend more time on vacation, whatever it is you want to do. You can definitely lower the amount of grind necessary to keep your income going. You don't have to do everything yourself. It just takes time to train people up and get a process. It like we'd said earlier, anything like that, it takes a lot of upfront work to make your life easier in the long run.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay, quickly, a few more things. So I have old listings with gift keyword in bullet points. Should I go back and remove them one by one? No, definitely don't do that. There's no point. Totally fine being up there, and if you change old listings, chances are some of them are going to get rejected, so just don't do it.
Yeah, I agreed.
How to learn how to design good bootleg shirts, advanced styles. Not sure what you mean by advanced styles.
I think it just means that like bootleg stuff is an advanced style, and things similar to that.
Do you have a tutorial for that? I have one with Kittle.
I did one, yeah, but I think the one that you have with Kittle would be good, because I think AI is the way to go, and Kittle has a really good nail down on how to use AI. or like implementation of AI within design software. So just using AI for that stuff. I mean, like you saw the design that I showed you for before on merch. It's made with AI with Nano Banana Pro. So yeah, just use AI for it.
Yeah, no one knows why like they're not giving access to people for mugs or tumblers. Like there's no clear answer. It doesn't matter which tier you're in. There's some people in tier 25 who have access. I'm in tier 40,000. I don't have access to water bottles. There's no pattern. You can email Amazon. I don't think it's a system error. They're just rolling it out really randomly. This one we had. Last question. How much you guys pay for ads on Amazon? Okay, this is the final one, and then we'll end it. Coming up to 2 hours. How much do you spend on ads?
15% ACOS is usually 15 to 17% at max is usually what I did a little bit more during this Q4, but I still like it was since the influx of sales was so high, it was fine. So usually 15% ACOS if that is easy enough to.
Probably hard to visualize that. Like what?
Yeah, I just figured that when I said it.
On an average day, what's the amount of dollars?
Let me check. My January has been slow and a lot of returns, which has really sucked. But
it's the same for everyone, I think. Yeah.
Usually somewhere maybe around like I usually make somewhere like unless I have a ton of returns, like I have so many returns, and with high royalties that really sucks. But usually like $35 to $50 is somewhere,
Okay.
and I usually make on a usual day, I usually makes like 100. Let me just check this so I can have the exact stats so I don't say anything out of my bum. Because I'm doing like 27 to 30 sales somewhere on there a day, and usually, unless I have a lot of returns, that's like $100 to $150. So probably $100 or something like that in profit every single day. But yeah, $35 to $50 in ad spend.
All right, mine is almost exactly double that. Like my ad spend is kind of hovering between $70 to $90.
But you make more sales too, right? Because what's your ACOS on that?
I don't know. I'll have to check. My ACOS is probably definitely higher than yours. But then I make like currently like 100-ish sales a day, $200 to $300. ACOS.
And you said you how much 70 to 80 or something like that in ad spend per day?
Yeah, at the moment, 70% ACOS I've got right now for January.
Okay, yeah, mine is 24 because it's January too, but that's because it's January probably. But like, how much is the usual ad spend compared to your profit? Like you get, for instance, $200. Is it like $200 in profit, like in royalties, minus $70 in ad spend?
Really, it is really inconsistent right now. Like some days, it's
I saw
average. Average is like 150 maybe. Some days it's like 250, nearly 300. Some days it's like down to 100. It's just sometimes you get hammered with returns. So it's
yeah.
Right now.
I mean, like I had the worst day yesterday. I had because of returns. I earned, or sorry, I didn't earn this. This is before ad costs, but my royalties yesterday were $9.14.
Wow, that's before ad costs.
That's before ad costs.
And you just have these days, right? It happens. I'm pretty sure I had one day last year where I was like almost in the minus as well. And I was like, what? How does this happen?
Yeah, it feels ridiculous because yeah, thank you, $9.14. I mean, like the usual day for me is usually around $100 to like $150, somewhere around there. And like $9.14, that's quite a. I had like a group shirt return or something like that, so it just killed my sales.
Yeah. Oh, I just found an interesting day. This is the 29th of December.
Okay.
I got 29 returns, made 80 sales, but only $25 in profit from 80 sales.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
crazy. Let me see if I can find something like that myself. You're using Merch Spark for this to view the ad spend too, right?
Yeah. Merch
Mine is
Spark.
not working for some reason.
Does anyone else want to share interesting sales figures in the, in the chat?
I do remember that we had someone on like a call someday, like feeling that they are not doing as well as others. But yeah, just like you, if you hear whoever asks it, like I earned no before ads, I probably lost money in that case. But before ads, I earned $9, and Philip had one day where he earned like $25 before ads.
From
No, that was
80
after ads. After ads.
That was after ads, but that was from 80 sales, right? And $25 profit. If you've been doing POD for what, 6 years, you feel kind of stupid. But you are going to have those days. It's natural. You have to zoom out, look at it, the bigger picture. Like I made 3 times as many sales in December than I did the year before, and this terrible day was in December. Okay, so it just happens.
Yeah. And
it's
if you
not
zoom
just
out, one
you.
thing that I'm super proud of this year is that I'm closing in on $2 million sold on both Amazon Merch and Etsy. Because I have like
Nice.
$510,000 in revenue on Amazon, and then 1.3 or something like that in a bit above that in. Well, honestly, it's probably $2 million, but since Etsy doesn't show, like, I have paid shipping for a lot of my listings, since they don't show the shipping cost in my revenue, I can't
Ah.
show it on the numbers. But
Yeah. So technically, you've sold over 2 million. But
yeah, for sure over $2 million. But I can't see since they don't account for the shipping cost in the revenue. I can't really see it, but it still feels cool to be above the $2 million mark and starting in like 2022. So it's just a couple of years since my life has changed with this whole thing.
Damn, that's pretty quick. Well done, man.
Thanks, man. Feels cool. Because my life was not like this before POD. It was a lot more hectic and a lot more like trying different things, like trying mixing and stuff on Fiverr and Upwork, similar to what you did with freelancing. I did it on Fiverr and Upwork. I earned like $5 for like a simple mix. But then when I did stuff privately, it was more in depth, and it took like a $300 for a mix. But yeah, it was so freelance work was so much up and down. It just wasn't my jam too. Not sure what your perception was with that, but
yeah, I didn't really like it much. Well, it's not that confident back then either in my ability to do anything. So I didn't really like the client interaction and having to perform for what I perceived to be a lot of money, like a few $100s for a logo, for example. But yeah, I had a pretty good editing client from my old Call of Duty days when I was editing montages, like editing clips together, and he would always come back for new videos, and that was quite fun. But that really helped me out in the first year, not completely make nothing, because that $4,000 profit, that was only partially POD, right? Some of that was still freelance work. So technically, from POD, my first year was probably more like 2,000.
But that was all Amazon Merch, because you didn't do Etsy at that time, right?
No, in the first year I didn't do Etsy. It was Amazon Merch, and probably it was some of Redbubble and TeePublic. Like those were mixed in there as well.
It's crazy to think that you were able to make money with the Redbubble specifically, because it just seems that platform has gone like it's kind of imploded.
Oh, it was great at the time. It was actually in the beginning it was doing relatively well for me. Like at the time, I thought I was making bank. I think I had a few months with like $400 or $500 or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but every year just went down. the more you upload, the less money you make on it.
That's a pretty bad trajectory.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All right. thanks a lot for joining us today. I can't see any new questions, so we'll end it here. Thank you, Andreas, as well.
Yeah,
for
lots of beer.
taking a break from your busy YouTube course life. And
Yeah.
we'll see you all next month with another Print on Demand Council.
Oh, yes. See you guys.
Wait, I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm clicking Leave Studio. I should end the stream.